It was fantastic. Lovely stuff. Now, we'll come back to that very shortly, but a very famous Welsh hymn tune called... hang on a minute, was it Blind Wern?
No.
Blaine Vern.
You're supposed to know this now.
I don't know, Blaine Vern.
Do you want me to do it?
Well, you're Welsh.
Do you want me to do it?
I don't want to
Okay.
give me that bit.
Mae Jazz Brandrath wedi bod yn edrych ar leoliadau gwahanol sydd wedi ysbrydoli rai yn hoff caneuon ni. Heno, mae'n esbonio sut wnaeth Abertawe fel dinas ddiwydiannol ysbrydoli llun o un yn hoff emynau ni'r Cymru, sef Blaen Wern.
I thought I said that.
These days, Swansea's a leafy city, if a little rainy at times. But back in the 19th century, the view was very different. Standing here, you'd have been faced with 300 chimneys belching clouds of thick orange smoke that blocked out the sun. It was like a volcano erupting. There were slag heaps and scorched earth, so poisoned by sulphur that nothing could grow. Known as Copper Kingdom, Swansea was the smelting capital of the world, and workers flocked here. It was said that if the devil had passed through, he'd have thought he'd come home. But amid this bleak landscape, something was blossoming. Wales was caught in a wave of intense Christianity. Alcohol was out, hymns were in, and chapels were packed to the rafters. The influx of workers boosted congregations so dramatically in this part of Swansea that they built this. The Morriston Tabernacle. It was here in 1904 that conductor William Penfro Rowlands composed a Welsh hymn tune called Blaen Wern.
It was written at a time when his son was ill. His son had had pneumonia, and his son was sent to Pembrokeshire, to Blaen Wern farm near Tufton, because the air was much cleaner in Pembrokeshire than it was in smoky, sultry Morriston.
So he went to get away from the smelting and the fumes?
Exactly, yes. And to mark the fact that his son recovered from his illness, Penfro Rowlands named the tune Blaen Wern.
Why does it have this extraordinary impact?
Well, I think it's so well built. You see, it starts off quite modestly, quite low in the register. But then, when you get to the middle, then everything notches up. It's far more emotional, there's more drive to it, the harmony is higher, everything gets stronger. It's very dramatic, the way it moves forward. And the last four lines, then, are very, very full of emotion.
So a simple opening, and then we build and build to this crescendo of emotion. The religious revival isn't all that grew in the grim industrial conditions. To escape the toil, male voice choirs were formed, and the four-piece harmony of Blaen Wern was perfect for them. The furnaces had gone, but Blaen Wern lived on. Set to the English words of Methodist Charles Wesley, it became Love Divine or Love's Excelling, sung here by the Morriston Orpheus Choir. It's wonderful that this great melody comes from this harsh industrial landscape.
Yes, but that was how people overcame the difficulties of where they lived. And a lot of the male voice choir tradition was born in industrial areas just to get out of the harsh climate that they worked in.
Yeah, it lifts the spirit.
It does, yes.
Rowlands never got to see Blaen Wern become as famous as it is today. which is a shame, because I think he'd have been proud to know that his beautiful hymn outlived the stinking factories of the Copper Kingdom.